Here's a quick list of what you're going to need to do the oil change at this point. Is shop rag, or I prefer paper towels or shop paper towels, whatever you want. The reason is I'm going to use these industrial strength shop paper towels, and I'm going to put it right underneath here. So let's do it like that. And this is going to capture any type of leakage, oil leakage, that may occur. The reason is this stuff, that's the oil you're going to be using. Stinks. If you've lived on a farm or ever drove by a farm on a windy day, well, this is going to remind you back of home. Yeah, it's got a little fresh farm gamey smell to it. So do it in an open door garage or outside, your choice. And then you're going to need a an Allen key. So this is a number 5 Allen key, or I prefer, just because there's more torque in it, a little Allen key bit that I'm just going to hook up at the end of my little socket here. And that way there I've got better torque to remove it and to break the screw loose. The next thing I use is a syringe, a big syringe. These are mixers. It's called the Mix Miser. And I like these simply because on the side here, I don't know if you'll be able to pick this up. Right? On the side, it tells you how many milliliters you're removing. Very important, because you want to put back in what you've removed. Mine came in a package that looked like this. And very, very handy little guy. All I did is I just added a couple of hoses at the very end of it, just so that I can go, for example, once the hole is open, I can go that way into the reservoir, that way, and that way. Simply because you'll see, you'll put it in there and you'll just pick up a little bit, but the reservoir limit is right there. So you have to go below to the left, because it goes all the way up into here and all the way up to the right. So you'll need, as I said, that's why mine has a little bit of a curve in it. So I can go right, turn around, go left, and then go at the bottom. So let's proceed to the next step. Okay, perfect. Nothing leaked. Grab your guy and time to go fishing for oil. As you can see, it's coming out. It's not a clear oil, so don't expect this to be clear like you would engine oil, because it's not going to happen. So make sure that you just keep pulling out and keep turning, get to the bottom, and just keep going until you get it all out. Okay, so I pulled out about 20 milliliters of oil, maybe a little bit less. And now it's going to be simply to do the absolute reverse. Dispose of this in a bucket, because you don't want, again, farm fresh, remember? So I'm just going to pop it back in here, my big jug of waste oil. Get rid of that, clean out the syringe. Once I clean it out, I will put in the fresh stuff, which basically looks pretty much the same color, just about. And I am going to put in exactly the same amount that I took out. We're just going to fit it back in. and torque it down. And then you're done. That's how hard that is. Super easy job, should be done. I do mine. I don't drive my car a lot, but should be done, I'd say, once every 2 years at least. I just like to be preventative. So just pop that in there. Make sure you got it nice and snug. And once it is, let the Loctite do its job. It'll seal everything in there. And then all you need to do is just wrap your belt back on there, and you are ready to go. So hope today's tip helped out. If it did, make sure to press on the subscribe button, please. Thank you. Hey guys, today's quick tip, supercharger pulleys. If you have a car, any car, with a supercharger, and you got a pulley like this here, make sure you take it off once a year to check the bearings. These things spin so fast, and that is a lot of pressure on these things here. So you just want to make sure that your bearings are not failing on you. You'd rather change a $25 to $50 bearing rather than change like a $500 pulley and damage to the hood, and God knows what else that could happen inside of your engine compartment that could be hit by the belt. So what to do is you want to check your bearings to make sure that it's not vibrating, it's not shaking. You want to push it this way, every way possible, and make sure that it's in there tight. Also, you want to lift and press down, so up and down, just to make sure that it's not shaking either. You want to make sure that on a visible inspection, you don't see any grease pouring out of here or on the inside as well. This one here appears good. It's but I've noticed something. I don't know if you can hear with the camera. I'll try to get you in there close, but listen carefully. You can hear a little bit of crunching. So that's the first sign. That's an indicator that there's probably dirt or debris inside of here, or there could be one of the bearings is starting to deteriorate. Now the bearings are actually little round balls on this one, and one of them could be starting to show signs of deterioration. So very simple, take off your clip, remove that, lift up your bearing, get yourself a new one. Like I said, they're cheap. They're up to about $50 or something like that. Put it in, put all your clip back on, and don't forget, on the inside when you remove this, remember, your shims are back there. Okay, don't leave your shims, or don't forget to remove your shims before you do any work on the supercharger. So the shims just go down here. Okay, yeah, there we go. Your shims go right there. So if you don't pay attention and you bring this to the shop and they do it for you, they press it out for you, well, you may not see these shims again, and they're quite vital for your proper distance between the pulley and the supercharger itself. So after you've done that, you've done a visual inspection, everything else is fine. You've got your new bearing inside and the clip back on. Make sure to when you put in your bolt, make sure to follow the instructions set into your service manual. If you're not sure, you can go online and check them out. In this case here, this is a Chrysler Crossfire SRT6 with an M112K for compressor, and it is rated in the manual at 20 Newton meters. So don't over torque them. Also, don't under torque these. You don't want these coming loose. Put a little bit of Loctite, just a little thread, just a little bead on the back there, and you'll be safe and secure. Hope this helps. If you like this video, please click on the subscribe button, and your support is greatly appreciated. Have a great day.